Oh my god, is it working? Chat, is it working? Hi Chungus, hi Big Chungus. Oh my god, okay. So I was having trouble with OBS. It took a minute to fix everything, but we're good. Yep. Okay, good. Alright. Yeah, I was, there were some issues. I fixed everything. It just took only like 20 minutes. I had to reset a bunch of stuff, but we're good now. Alright. Oh god, I didn't even have... No worries, I'm just happy for more Silent Hill F. Oh, like, me too. I didn't even check if my controller was charged. It's okay. This is why I have two. If this one isn't, then, what am I doing? If this one isn't, then, we'll just use the other one, and hopefully that one's not dead. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's what we like to see. I think it's good. I think it's good. And I say I think because I only just connected it, so if it dies, then obviously it's not good. Okay. It seems like it's fine then. Alright. And this weekend I purchased the Metal Gear Solid, but oh my god, huge Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. Yeah, I've heard it runs really well, which is very good. Hold on. They're releasing the second volume of it, which, like, I think the most notable one in that, for me, is 4 in particular. I know 4 is kind of a divisive Metal Gear title, but, I mean, it's still one of the original 4. Just a tiny black sheep, like, almost like Silent Hill 4, where, you know, I mean, most people will agree that the first 3 are really good, but the 4th one, you don't have too many people clamoring to... Well, I mean, you do. You have a few people, but that's the thing. That's why it's divisive. Hold on, let me remove my hat. And I have to see which one of these are. Yeah, they're releasing it on PS5 for now. Yeah. They'll release it on Steam eventually. I have no doubt that they will, but I mean, weren't they gonna make a new PlayStation without ever having released, like, games on the 5, so maybe it's a good thing. Okay, here we go. Alright. I'm gonna have to listen to this, because I started moving my mic closer, and it kind of threw off the audio balancing a bit, but it makes my voice sound a bit better and less reverberated. So we'll see. For now, this is fine. I just have a really loud voice, and like that's why it's important that the audio is where it needs to be. Oh, it's so loud. There we go. My nose has been bothering me. I don't know why. Something's just bothering my nose specifically. What are we... Did I already start? No, I didn't. What am I doing? No, not new game. Oh! Hold on. Let me make sure this is the right one. Yes, okay. Yes. Audio is good for me? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's her job.
仕事じゃないよ。ひな子はお嫁さんになりたくないの？
でもお父さんに言われるとなりたくなくなる。
宿題と同じだね。
やれって言われるとやる気なくす。
She's so...
お待たせ。お姉ちゃん。
She's so Hinako.
何かいいことでもあった？
I wish, I'm fine talking during this because we've seen this cutscene like 3 to 4 times by now, but like,
お姉ちゃんって小さい頃から
what was like, oh, never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say. I guess I'm not gonna talk during the cutscene. That was like divine retribution.
ひなこ私ねこれお姉ちゃんにあげる
Well, I'll remember in a second. It'll come back to me. I'll be brainstorming on
綺
it.
麗だわ
God, the textures are so good. They look so nice. Like, specifically for the cloth. Ugh. Oh, hi, Grace! Yeah, like I said, I started a little late because OBS was having issues, so I had to fix it. But it's alright, we keep going. I feel like that just happens sometimes anyways, like independent of anything else. Like OBS will just decide, oh wait, it's time for me to like start like not working for a bit. Let's just do that. The bike bell. It's Sakugo. It's not, but yeah, I remember. I think I've said this before, but it was like about to rain when I first played this game. So when the thunder sound effects played in the rain, I was like, wait, is it like raining right now? And then it wasn't. It was just the game. It started raining later, but the thunder was like, it sounded real. But I mentioned this, well, not mentioned, I went on about it extensively Friday and derailed the entire first half of the stream for it, but, God, I love that little shift. But I watched the trailer and the other thing for Silent Hill Townfall.
お父さん気持ちだって
こんな話二度とないんだぞ。ひなこにとってこ
my
れ以
nose
上
is
の幸せがあるか
get a
ある
little
わけがない。
better.
どこ行く？話はまだ終わってないぞ。ひなこ。
それにしてもあのひなこがね、
あいつは本当に高校娘だ。何しろおかげで借金は全て返せる。二度と金に困らずに済むぞ。
お父さんやめてくださいよ。ひなこに聞こえますよ。
Yay. Okay. Oh, wait. Since we got the UFO ending, I should be able to get the, like, the beam saber. I don't know how or where, but I think we get it. It might be, like, like what happens with the Sacred Sword, where it's, because the Sacred Sword is just, like, at the second, Jizo statue. It's the one in the rice fields. The first Jizo statue just has the clay doll on it, but, the second one has the actual sword, and I'm guessing if you miss the sword there, it'll just show up at every Jizo statue after that. It seems like a pretty smart failsafe, like, oh, hey, you missed it, do you wanna, like, here's another Jizo statue to find it at.
土砂崩れで通れない 昔はここ登ったな
So, if I had to guess, I'd say that the beam saber I could probably get from the, like, near the posters or something. Also, I recently learned that Silent Hill F took place in the 60s, not the 80s, which would explain a lot of the architectural design. Yeah, it takes place in the 60s, in the Showa era. Rural Japan in the Showa era, like, post-war. Freshly post-war. Well, not freshly, but well, pretty freshly. I'm such a poser. I feel like I know less about Japan the more modern it gets. Like, I could tell you a little bit about, well, not a lot, mind you, because I didn't learn Japanese history. Like, not fully. It would be a fun thing to study, though. But, like, I know a bit about the Sengoku period. I know a little bit about the Heian era. A little bit about the Edo period. And the Warring States period. But, which is Sengoku. I don't know why I specified Warring States. Well, but that's different. That's different. And then I know now, but this game, I did a little bit of research after this because I'm a nerd, and I was like, oh, I want to know about the Showa era. And that's exactly what I did. I learned about the Showa era. Yeah, about 20 years after the war, yeah. Ugh. Yeah, these are all the same. Ugh. Okay, yeah, my nose, I think, feels better now. I don't know why, I was, like, sneezing a lot before the stream started. It seems to be fine now. It's just kind of abnormal, because I don't normally... Oh, you know what I bet it was? I had to move some stuff that had dust on it. If I'm messing with, like, really, really dusty stuff, sometimes it makes things act up a little bit. That's definitely what it was, now that I think about it. It's fine now, but... Yeah. Oh, what was I'm trying to remember what it was I was gonna say. Oh! Okay, I remembered now. Since we were talking about the Metal Gear Remastered collection, I understand why they can't, because they physically can't, but it would be nice if they did, like, something similar for Silent Hill. But I at least with 2, they wouldn't be able to. They just have to do whatever they did with the HD remaster. Because, famously, they actually do not have the code for Silent Hill 2 anymore. And that's what the HD remaster was. They were using an unfinished build of the game and just worked with that. Yeah, for me, it's pollen that does that. In North Carolina during spring, your car gets turned green because of all the damn pollen. Ew. Yeah, that's pretty bad. We have a little bit of pollen where I'm at. Not anything nearly that bad, though. Yay. But it's too cute for... Oh, there's a little bird by the thing. Okay. Okay. Wait, let me in. Speaking of source code, the Final Fantasy Tactics remake was able to be created thanks to emulation of the original PS1 game. Oh, that's interesting. That's like, that's kind of cool how they're able to do that, even though, like, it ends up kind of, I think this is the same. Yeah, this is the same. Obviously it ends up different than whatever ends up being the finished version, but, like, the fact that they're able to kind of replicate it is pretty cool, I think. Ooh. Ugh. I did actually at one point give coding a try. It's not my thing. I will tell you what I was told when I first started. And that it is definitely not for everyone, coding. Like, you will either click with it or you will not, and you will just bounce right off of it. For me, I just couldn't, it was a bit too monotonous for me. I'm definitely more, inclined towards things like drawing and writing. Like, writing a bit more nowadays than drawing. It used to be the opposite, though. I used to draw a lot and not really write. Now, I write a lot, and I kind of rarely draw. I'd like to draw more. It's just I keep not doing it. Yeah, and they put the original game into the remake as an option. That's so cool. I love when they do that. I think, the Soul Reaver remaster also did that. Soul Reaver 1 and 2. Well, not the original game, but... Well, kind of. It's a graphical option. You can switch between the updated graphics and the old original graphics. Not the bird. Tori. There's nothing. Okay. Yeah, I don't have the means to learn coding right now, but I'm more into animals, firearms, history, and music. That's fair. That's fair. Everyone has things they're interested in more than others. I have a kind of odd collection of things that I'm interested in. Ugh. Yeah, that's a bit better.
何でも聞いた話じゃ狐つきじゃないかってお稲荷様に呪われた家なんかによく行けるわよね噂をすればなんとやらだよ
Ooh. But, I think part of the reason I ended up, like, liking specifically things like, Baroque music in particular, and, things like the Commedia dell'arte is because for two separate reasons, but they kind of overlap at times. I took French and I did a lot of theater, so Commedia dell'arte isn't French though, it's Italian, but Sakugo! Yay. By Sakugo. But, the Commedia dell'arte thing is mainly because I'm into theater, and then the Baroque music is because I took French. I actually didn't learn that much French, because my French teacher was also teaching me Japanese at the same time. I've said this before, I am not capable of learning two languages at once. Some people are. I definitely am not. Maybe I could if I went at it a little longer, but it was really difficult. The coding does look fun to me. It just looks daunting at the same time. It kind of is. It's weirdly close to math, kind of, in a way I can't really explain. Like, I mean, it's not just the like, numbers and the logic gates. It's weird to explain, but it's kind of like a formulaic process that feels it just feels similar to math, at least to me. Sorry I'm late, boss. No, you're perfectly fine. I started the stream late because I was having issues with OBS, so we were starting a little late anyways, so you didn't actually miss that much. My older brother took French and did theater in high school. Bro! Does that mean I'm your older brother? Hold on. No, because I really loved theater and French. Yeah, I took 2 years of Mandarin Chinese during my junior and senior years of high school. I have a friend who knows Mandarin. Yeah. Ugh.
Yo, 相棒。
Ugh.
あのさ。
But yeah, I like Baroque music, and then some French artists, because I took art too. Art was fun. I actually stopped taking art after a little bit. Like, I liked art, but I feel like most of what they taught us was just how to draw, like, how to do realism, and I just wasn't that interested in realism. Like, we learned other styles and stuff, like spray painting, graffiti, impasto. That was always my favorite stuff to learn, but it was just so rare compared to, like, here, do another project where you're drawing realistically, and I was just like, I've kind of had my fill of those, actually. So I kind of stopped taking art. Honestly, Mandarin Chinese was very hard, but I can still speak the basics. Yeah, it looks pretty difficult. Sakuko! I've been really happy watching all the actors play the game, because I think it's really cool that they all love the project that much, and that they're all willing to play the game. Also, in the case of Kanta and Kimie's actors, they became ambassadors for tourism in Kanayama Ghetto, which is the real-world location that inspired Ebisugaoka, which is very cool. I still think Sakuko could use the 500 yen as a railgun, no way, I forgot her name. No shot. The MC from Certain Scientific Railgun. Hold on, it was Misaki? No. Whatever. It's not like it's super important, but you know. Oh dang, that's awesome. Yeah, it's. I think it's really cool. I think Yuka Ijima actually really likes the game, like, just in general, because, I was watching it, and from what little Japanese I understand, she was, like, really impressed by a lot of it. Yeah, we got it, we got it. No. Higanbana. The Licorice Radiata. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, they really did their research in creating the town Hinako lives in. They do! They really did. It genuinely looks incredible. Like, I've actually been really interested in visiting Kanayama Geto just because, like, this is what they, that's the town that inspired this, and, like, I just really like the vibe of towns like this. Just kind of small rural towns, and something about it being in the mountains, too. Mountain-based cities, towns, whatever, like, they just have a certain vibe to them. Like, I know a lot of people are like, man, why aren't we doing Silent Hill in the actual location Silent Hill Maine? And, like, I get it. I do hope that at one point we get another game set in the original location, but I'm genuinely so excited to see what kinds of places we get to see in the series moving forward. Because the fact that they were considering Russia, because I remember they were talking about different locations they were considering, like South America or something. I don't remember, but I remember Russia was mentioned. That sounds genuinely so cool. Like, a Silent Hill set in Russia would be, like, honestly insane. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw these out now, because we do not need them. Honestly, aren't they making a Silent Hill 1 remake similar to 2? Yes, they are. Plus, you don't see a lot of 1960s architecture anymore, especially in pop culture. Yeah, true. Like, seeing a bunch of different time periods and a bunch of different, like, locations is genuinely gonna be, like, really, really cool moving forward. And like you said, yeah, they are doing a Silent Hill 1 remake. It's even by Bloober Team, the same team that did the Silent Hill 2 remake. Like, I honestly, personally, for me, that feels like it's gonna be enough. Like I said, for me, that'll be enough. I'm sure some people, like, I'm sure some people are going to want a new game in the town itself, but personally, I'm gonna be fine with a remake. I really will be, because I just want to see what they do with that. But, oh, okay, there we go. Wasn't there something? No, I'm thinking of somewhere else. But, I mean, even other places... I think even other places in, like, North America would be cool, because North American geography is really pretty, like, mountains and stuff. But, like, I know the original takes place in Maine, but imagine, like, a Silent Hill taking place in the Pacific Northwest. That would be really cool. Like, there's a reason a lot of things kind of use the Pacific Northwest. Like, I think Twin Peaks did, I think Alan Wake takes place in the Pacific Northwest. There's also, Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is one. Life is Strange. Like, just get a, like, seaside or mountainside, or, like, even, forest isolated town, and set Silent Hill there, because, like, I think that would be really good. Yeah, I'd be happy with the remake as well. And for me, I want to see a Silent Hill game in Syria or Lebanon, because I'm a quarter Syrian and Lebanese. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that would be very interesting. I would say it would be cool to have one in, like, Austria, but we had one that took place in Germany, and I think that's probably they probably like they're probably gonna branch out a bit more than that. Like, Syria or Lebanon would be really cool though, because that would be really different to anything we've had so far. Okay, I don't know if I should listen to this. I'll go and grab this item, but I think this radio is just the UFO broadcast. I'm mostly German and Austrian with a tiny bit of Irish as well. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to the radio because I'm pretty sure that's just the UFO broadcast. The Austrian comes from my bio dad's side of the family. See, there's like a lot, like, when it comes to stuff like that, which I've always thought that's interesting, like genealogy stuff. Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Because it's just like, man, everyone's from a bunch of different places. That's really cool. I think that's cool. But that's another reason it would be so cool to, like, see Silent Hill, set in different locations, because, like, not everyone has seen those. Like, I've traveled quite a bit, so I've gotten to see a few places, but even if I have, like, it would be cool to see those places adapted into Silent Hill, first of all, but it would also be cool to see, places that I haven't been to through the lens of Silent Hill. Especially if it's something like this where they like do a really good job, like, researching what they're, like, the era and the location that they're trying to create, and then it ends up very authentic. From what I've seen of Silent Hill Townfall, they're doing the same thing. It's a place where the developers came from. It was like Scotland. And I have actually been to Scotland. I went to the Isle of Skye and Inverness. I think we started off in Edinburgh, but, like, yeah. But born in Indiana and lived in North Carolina since a toddler. And I've never traveled overseas, although it's on my bucket list. I've traveled a lot of places. I definitely recommend it. Traveling is pretty fun. It can be stressful, but it's really fun. Honestly, Scotland and Ireland are places I really want to travel to. Scotland was really, really nice, from when I was there, like, just really pretty place. They have a lot of, like, old castles and stuff that you can look around in, and the mountains are just really pretty. Here we go. Man, what? But like I said, traveling is pretty fun. I've been to a lot of different places like that, and it can be stressful, like I said, just because, like, you know, it's traveling. You gotta deal with, like, transit. You gotta deal with, because I would say airports, but, like, sometimes you can go by train, and, like, I think trains are maybe a little less stressful, but, you can take boats. Boats are fine, if you, like, you have to have sea legs, though, because, like, I think the first few times you go on a boat, it's, it'll be awkward moving around, because you're not used to the boat moving on the water, and, it can be a little awkward, and you'll definitely feel a bit more seasick the first few times. But after that, after you get used to it, it's actually pretty nice, and, like, sleeping on a boat is really, really comfortable.
でもお供え物だったよね。
Like, the rocking can be unpleasant when you're trying to just walk around, but the rocking ends up being really comforting when you're laying down trying to sleep, because it's like being rocked to sleep, kind of. But either way, it's still kind of stressful, one way or the other. Just transit in general can be stressful. And if you're going by car, maybe it's less stressful, but I feel like it's stressful in its own way, because you're, like, in a car for hours at a time. And you have to deal with potentially being lost and turned around.
ここはまずい。シュウたち無事だといいけど。
Ugh. Yeah, the train system in the UK and the other countries around there are really good on, like, 95% of America. I don't think there's many trains, like, at all in, at least North America. I need... My pipe is fucked.
この時期壊れるな。
I have a train station in my town. That sounds really cool. That sounds pretty cool. Well, I imagine it's, like, maybe kind of loud when you're trying to sleep, like hearing the train whistle. Like, maybe that could be annoying, but, like, it sounds really cool otherwise.
これってお供え物？
Enshrine, and then we have this, and we have this. And I don't think... Do we have an AMA? No, we need an AMA, and then, like, 7,000... No, 6,690 more faith, which shouldn't be that hard. Like, 1 or 2 more offerings will get me there. It's a very old town that's been around since the 1700s and has history with one of the very unknown founding fathers. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
変な箱。あ、開いた。
The downtown area consists of mostly tall cubic brick buildings from the 1800s. I love the way old architecture looks, like old architecture that still exists in the modern day, especially in, like, settings where it's, like, smaller towns or, like, rural settings. Like, something about it just has a really nice feel to it. Kitchen knife. Okay, yeah, we will be using this for the time being because, my pipe is almost dust.
リンコ。
Yeah, it's a very pretty town. I can imagine. God, the knife is so good. I prefer the sturdy weapons, but the knife is very, very good. Wait, where did it? Oh, it went that way. Plus, there's a Lexington, North Carolina as well, which is also just as old as my town as well, I think. Yeah, that's... Well, hold on, wait. Oh, I know. Hold on. This... I was talking about Applebee's, and then I got jump scared here last time. Oh! I almost got grabbed there because I just got out of the way. But yeah, that's another thing is like genuinely some places have been around since the beginning of a certain place, which is pretty that's always interesting to me. Like okay. Alright. We're making good time. I mean, we're not speed running, but, God, I love focusing. I love using focus attacks, and I love countering. Okay. Okay. Ramune. I like the strawberry ramune, personally. Like, I know there's, like, original ramune, there's, like, melon. Melon's alright, I like melon. I think I just prefer the strawberry one. Do I have anything to enshrine? Nope, I can save, though. Ugh. Let me put this down. There we go. Man, I'm gonna be sick. She loves her friends so much. Ever had yuzu ramune? It's good. Had it once and it exploded all over the car though. Oh no. That's tragic. I mean, that sounds good. Maybe a little too good. I do like that soda can do that. Soda! Do 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 do. Man, we were just making anything. I just like yuzu in general as like a flavor for things, or just like culinary wise. Also, like I said, I just realized this recently. What she's saying here isn't necessarily true. And I think that's like really good. That's like really interesting. Like Sakuko really wants to be the head priest at the shrine. She likes working at the shrine. Like, maybe, I think there's some truth to it. Like, maybe when they were little she said something like that, but it's clear that there's a discrepancy, and I think that's really interesting, and, like, it shows that Hinako, while, like, she kind of almost has a, like, not, I don't want to say hypocrisy, but it's, like, she kind of projects her own emotions onto other people. She rejects traditionalism, or like not just traditionalism, but just like traditions in general. So she kind of projects that onto Sakuko, who actually kind of likes the traditions of the shrine. But it's not like done out of malice. She genuinely like loves Sakuko, so I guess it's just maybe kind of hard to accept that like some like people, especially people you care about, have different values than you. Hold on, I will read the chat, but there's you fucked him up, Hinako! I wish Yuzu didn't grow in exactly one climate only, and as such is $1 quintillion everywhere but Japan. BRB, I'm heading home now. Bye, Big Chungus! Yeah, that's the thing with, I guess, imported stuff is, like, not even just imported stuff, but, like, seasonal things. Like, it sucks when I, like, want a specific fruit, but it's not in season, and I'm like, oh, well, I have to wait, like, 6 months to eat it. But, yeah. It's, I don't know, it's kind of, there's something nice about it, though. Like, I ordered, oolong tea from Dongding in, I think it was Taiwan, I want to say. But that's the only place you can get it, and it's really good. That's why, like, Wagyu beef is so expensive everywhere. Like, it's expensive even in Japan, but it's expensive everywhere else because you can only get it in Japan. I've had Wagyu beef. It is divine. If you don't like beef, it won't really mean much to you, but if you like meat, especially if you like beef, then, like, an actual, like, legitimate Wagyu steak is something worth going to war over. But yeah, that's just how it is with, like, imported stuff, is it's usually more, like, way more expensive anywhere else. It'll be expensive even in the place where it's... I still love this little bird in the kimono. It's adorable. It'll still be expensive even domestically, but, like, once you start, like, exporting it to places, like, it is going to be significantly more expensive there, but... Even if it's not necessarily rare, but... It's just because there's a limited amount and you can only get it from one place, and that's how supply and demand works. Like, some of my favorite sauces, spices, oils, and stuff like that come from different places, like Korea, Japan, Vietnam. And it's just, like, more expensive here. And rice flour. Oh, and Thailand. Can't forget Thailand. Thailand.
Ohayo. 悪い夢にうなされていたかな。怪我はないか。怪我をするようなことは私がする。
I watched the end of Markiplier's playthrough of this. It would be cool to watch him play other Silent Hill games, because I don't think he has... Like, no, he hasn't. I remember him saying he hasn't. But I think it would be something he'd like, because I remember back in the day when he played Cry of Fear, he liked that. Okay. Just go on. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna
誰なの？
do anything but follow you.
足元に注意しなさい。
I think it's also important, like, this is gonna sound preachy, but, like, I think since we were talking about traveling to places,
ゆっくりで構わないとも。
and, like, experiencing, like, the different, different places and stuff, I think something to keep in mind is that it's, if you, like, if you're not gonna
さあ、
do like what's the word, premeditated research, then it would be nice to have a tour guide, like for one, just so you can understand stuff and like learn about the place you're visiting, because I always enjoy that personally. What's the fastest you've completed this game? I think I'd have to look. I can look at my save files and I'd be able to tell you.
こっちだ。
I'd have to do some quick math, but I think an average playthrough of this is going to be about 8 hours, but I think I've gotten it done in about, if we're counting the UFO ending, then I've technically gotten it in like an hour or like 45 minutes, so, if we're not counting the UFO ending, which is understandable because it's kind of an edge case, then maybe like closer to 7 hours, maybe. I kind of want to watch speedruns of this, but, fastest you've completed the game for a given definition of complete is, like, 2-hour UFO ending. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, technically I have completed it in 2 hours, but that's because, I got an ending where you just don't do half of the game, so... Not half of it, you don't do, like, 80% of the game. Yeah, I love the UFO ending, it's so silly.
君のために鍵を
I liked seeing them having fun and being
案内
happy
しよう。
and not dead and like they were all friends and alive. Silent Hill, like outside of the UFO endings, like obviously they all have like the silly funny endings, like either the UFO ending or
こっちだ
something else.
ひなこ
Like the dog ending in Silent Hill 2. I know I said I don't like Downpour, and I do stand by that. They have a really funny ending, though, where it's like, Murphy, what's it called? He finds, a thing where it's like all of the previous protagonists, and I think Maria is also there, and they're like in a room, and they have a cake for him, and it's his birthday, and I think also Pyramid Head is there. And it's just really funny, and I like it, and I appreciate it. Because it's silly. But, like, other than that, Silent Hill isn't the type of game to have, like, happy endings, per se. The happiest ending you get is still just incredibly, like... It's more thought-provoking and, like, meditative in nature. It's more like you're just get left with something that's a bit more open-ended that has the potential to be potentially happy. And I kind of like that. It gives you a lot to think about. It's beautiful to see what things Automod does or does not get defensive over. Yeah, I don't know. It truly is. It truly is, this really was our auto mod. It is really funny though, because it's a flip of a coin. Twitch changes its policies every 5 minutes, so who knows. Like, I'm not sure if I could say the word like the red stuff that's inside of your body, because like YouTube is fine with it. It'll just get a little persnickety if you're like, if you have certain settings enabled. But sometimes Twitch just really does not like when you say that word, so I don't know. What am I doing? Oh, wait, yeah, let me look at my saves real quick like I said I would. Downpour was the first Silent Hill I watched. 'Twas a very different game from the others. It was. I think out of the ones, like, those four that released that weren't Team Silent games, I liked Downpour the most. I try not to be too hard on, like, Downpour, Homecoming, and all of those games, just because I understand what's it called? I understand the circumstances in which they were made wasn't, like, it just wasn't the best. But, it's still, it's still, like, I can't really say that I like them that much, but it's not that I hate them. Okay, so 9 hours, and it looks like this one was done in, like, 7 hours, and then this was UFO ending, so I think it looks like out of all of my playthroughs, 7 hours is probably the, like, yeah, it looks like 7 hours is the fastest I've completed it. I'm thankful at the time it took the heat off the criticisms people had over Silent Hill Homecoming. Yeah, Silent Hill Homecoming was kind of the, those are the two you see people label as the worst the most often, are Homecoming and Downpour. Which kind of makes sense. They were the most, they were kind of, because the other ones were, what, there was, Shattered Memories, which was just a retelling of one, so, I mean, it didn't really, you know. And then, what was the other one?
私のために
その鍵を稲荷像に
But yeah, I'm glad. I think what they're doing now is very good, and it's like it's like they no, stop. It's like they found a way to make it work, because what they did last time was they were just handing the franchise off to, like, pretty much anyone. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, why are you so fast? You are speed. Hold on. We're running. I just had to catch my breath. No. Leave her alone. Okay. God, that's still stressful. It doesn't matter how many times I've gone through this. This game really knows how to stress me out. And that's a good thing, mind you. I should be stressed out in a psychological horror game. But what they were doing was they were just letting a bunch of different studios make the games. But they're doing that now, but they seem to be a bit more, like, they're a bit more careful in who they pick to make the games. But I do think it's a good idea to let different developers have a go at Silent Hill, because what's important about the games, and what I think made all of the first four work so well, is that they were all really different. They all tried to break the mold a little bit, and tried not to tried not to fit too much into a specific what's it called? A specific formula, I guess. Like, they had a few core principles, but everything else was just, like, unique to any one game.
ひなこしっかりしろ
I already like Shattered Memories, but I wish it was its own thing instead of a revisioning of the first game. I agree. I think that was the big issue with a lot of those games, like after the Team Silent games, the like Homecoming, Shattered Memories, Downpour, is I feel like a lot of them tried to follow like a pre-existing formula.
簡単に死ぬようなやつじゃないよな
シュウはまだ生きてる
But like I think the important thing, like one of the really important things about Silent Hill games is that they all have their own identity. And unfortunately, I don't think Downpour or Homecoming really had that because they felt a little like they were just trying to fill the shoes of Silent Hill 2.
一体どうなってんだ街から誰もいなくなってる
Shattered Memories also suffered from the Metro Last Light School of bullshit choices to endings. Yeah.
ここにでも化け物しかいない
That's true.
以外の何者でもないな
Like, I know the way,
幸運だったよ
I know the way the Team Silent games and Silent Hill F do endings is, like, kind of, esoteric, but
そのもう一人がお前で嬉しい
I kind of like that.
相棒
リンコは
Like, you could maybe complain about 2 being a bit,
俺はあいつに話があるって言われた
a bit much just because,
リンコは無事なのか一緒に逃げたんじゃないのか
because, I mean, in the case of 2, like, what'll happen is if you're nice to Maria, which, I mean, why wouldn't you be? Like, just trying to be a nice person, like, you'll end up getting one of the worst endings in the game, and that's, like, a little tragic.
状況でリンコはどこへ
Because I know that was, like, some people's first experience and first ending, and I do think the Maria ending is better experienced as, like, one of your last endings, because it's better to get to know James as a character, but, yeah.
相棒
I do like the way they do the endings, and at least in the case of Silent Hill F, they tell you, like, the requirements to get the ending, so you're not just running around trying to figure out what to do.
どうした早く来ないと置いてくぜ
Okay, I'm coming. I just say goodbye to Sakugo.
よししっかりしないととにかくリンコを見つけなきゃ サクコごめんもう行かなきゃ
But I do, like I said, I really like that that they are trying to give it to different studios, so different studios can, like, and different developers can put their own spin on the games, which is very good, because, again, it's an important aspect of, like, most, like, for one, all 4 of the Team Silent games, and then, like, F, like, they have their own identity. They feel distinct from one another in certain ways. And I do think that that's an important aspect. But they even mentioned that they're just gonna focus on the series as, like, a group of core founding principles that make it, well, Silent Hill.
また道が
And that it's, like, psychological horror, character-driven narratives, stuff like that, and that's why they're moving away from
もういないよね。
That's why they're moving away from the town itself and are instead exploring it as a phenomenon, which, again, I really like that, personally. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, but why is it Silent Hill if it's not taking place in Silent Hill? 3 and 4 also didn't take place in Silent Hill for, like, good chunks of the game. Like, it has never been a requirement. Like, at some point you'll go to Silent Hill, but it's not like the game would suddenly collapse if you didn't go to Silent Hill in either of them. It just has, like, connective tissue.
こんなとこに置いとくなんて。
Okay. But again, it's like what, they have Bloober team working on the remakes. They have, this team, I think it's Neobards. Or is that the publisher? I think that's the publisher because I remember I was playing Devil May Cry and they also showed up, so Devil May Cry 5 specifically, I think. But, this developer team, this one might have actually been in-house now that I'm thinking about it. But either way, they did a really good job with F, and they have Annapurna, which is the developer in Screenburn. No, Annapurna is the publisher, and Screenburn is the developer, or the studio, whatever you want to call it. They're working on Townfall, which is, gonna be kind of cool. Okay. There we go. I think I should, if it's not this poster, then I should be able to get it from the next one, maybe. Well, let's try it and see. Oh, this is new. Yo! That's so funny. Yeah, I love the PP 8001. A prototype melee weapon for the Space Army. Its effective range changes to match the wielder's experience on the battlefield. The flashing plasma blade makes it popular and the epitome of cool. I love Hinako. Okay. Even if the saber loses durability, it will not break. However, the lower its durability, the shorter the blade becomes. It is said that in the hands of a brave, battle-hardened warrior, the weapon's durability and blade length increases the more close brushes with death the wielder has. Okay, so if I take damage, it regains durability. That's fascinating. Special attack. After using a focus attack, your attacks will deal more damage for a short period of time. Okay, that's perfect for me because we all know I love spamming focus attacks. But at the cost of depleting your weapon's durability faster. Ah, there's the catch. If you use a second focus attack in that time, then you will unleash a sound wave that repels alien life forms. I love Silent Hill. I love Silent Hill so much. Oh my god. I do love that Hinako's a bit of a nerd. She likes, I want to try it out. I think the moveset changes depending on the length, if I understand correctly. Like, when the durability goes down, it'll get shorter, but okay, hey, this one's not stuck. Oh my god. Wait, oh my god, wait. The focus attack is that it buffs the weapon. Yeah, that was the katana. I'm home. Hi, Big Chungus. We just got the beam saber from... Because I got the UFO ending last time, so... I was able to get, the beam saber. I'm very happy about it. I like the... I love... This is so... It's so good. Yeah, and I think if I understood that correctly, yeah, it looks badass. It's also just kind of, it looks cool, but it's also really funny because I love when Silent Hill does this. Like in 3, you can get the lightsaber, you can get the Heather beam or whatever, where you have the alien, I think the alien costume, and then she has, like, again, it's literally just called the Heather beam. I'll just replace that. I want to try out... No, I think that's more of a... Let's use the... But if I'm understanding it correctly, it seems like it regains durability when I get hit. Or maybe it just regains durability when I get low HP. I'm not quite sure how it works, but either way, something about me being in battle increases the durability. Like with the sacred katana, I know it's just when you specifically when you use other weapons, that one regains durability, but I'm not sure. Okay. I want to try out the special attack that it has. But I kind of want to wait until I have a few enemies on me to try it out. Okay. But, this is kind of coming out of nowhere. We were just talking about Silent Hill in general, but, so I guess it kind of is... relevant, but I like horror the best when it has something else it wants to tell me. When it's not just trying to be scary, but it has a story it's trying to tell. That's I think that's what I really appreciate personally. But I need to... Well, I'll save after I sort my inventory, actually. Okay. We don't need the pills, because that's just... We'll put the divine water there. Yokan, chocolate, it's kind of just the kudzu tea, huh? Hello, hello, just dropped you a follow, thank you! I very much appreciate that, welcome to the stream! I'm kind of just sorting my inventory right now, but... like I said, I prefer horror when it has something else it's, like, it's trying to tell me, and it's not just scary. Because I want it to be scary, but I want it to not just be scary. I want it to be, like, there's something more. It's trying to tell me something, and the horror... No! I didn't... Aw. The horror is part of it.
なんだ相棒
How's it going? It's going good. We're playing Silent Hill F.
夢の中ってことはないよな。
だったら互いの頬をつねり合ってみるか
It's always a good time when I'm playing Silent Hill F.
自分でつねれる。
Nothing much, just chilling at home after horror games or movies after being out and about all day. Horror games or movies, I definitely prefer games.
残念だが
Apparently it's like different for everyone. Like a lot of people I think who like horror movies get really freaked out by horror games because it is inherently different. Like you're the one who has to progress things and that can feel a bit more scary. I prefer games just because I like I just prefer games as a medium in general, like, and that's not exclusive to horror. I did like Iron Lung though. I won't say it's my favorite movie or even my favorite like piece of horror media, but it was fun. It was a good time. Like even if you have other preferences for like how you want horror to be or even just movies to be, I still think it's a really fun time if you appreciate movies. I will say the cinematography was really, really, really spectacular. Like, there were some camera shots that I was just like, wow, this is genuinely insane.
先生いますか？
Horror games for me as well. Yeah, see, Big Chungus gets it. Your model looks nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. I like... let me... Oh, you're too kind. You shouldn't have. Your favorite movie? My favorite movie... I don't know, actually. Like I said, I prefer games as a whole, but, like, if I had to say, I really like Bullet Train. I liked Everything Everywhere All at Once, also. That was a really good movie. And, I also really liked Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Very, very, like, just good-looking movie. My top favorite movie isn't technically horror, but it can be scary for kids, and that's Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal. I remember watching The Dark Crystal as a kid. I don't know if I was scared of it, but it was definitely odd. My bio dad showed me The Dark Crystal while visiting his house when I was in my early 20s, and I fell in love with the amazing puppetry. Yeah, I like stuff like that. Like, what's it, like stop motion and puppets and stuff. Like, I kind of miss when movies did that. I genuinely miss things like claymation and stop motion. I mean, just animation as a medium in general, but anything really besides live action, I kind of miss. Like, I just feel like it's not done that much anymore. I'm 27 currently. Oh, you're Unk! I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I currently own a limited edition steelbook of The Dark Crystal, so I have it on Blu-ray. Oh, nice. I try to make sure I buy, like, Blu-rays, and not just Blu-rays, but, like, anything I can, like, I know there's nothing in them, I just like checking them. I like owning physical media, which is, like, I want to buy a PS5 so I can buy the physical version of this and Silent Hill 2 Remake, just because I like owning physical media of things that I enjoy, and also because, like, Ubisoft and Microsoft both like to do that thing where they're like, actually, you don't own the things that you,
誰かいるの？
You don't own the things that you legally bought with money. We are not going to respect the laws of commerce and trade. Well, okay, that's not how that works, but fuck you too. So that's another reason I like buying physical media, is because, like, you have companies like Ubisoft that are just like, we're just not gonna respect the law of trade. That's something that we figured out when we were literal cavemen. So it's nice to have physical things that they can't just, you know, come to your house and steal from you because they're like, no, you don't own that actually, you just bought a license for it. Yeah, I love owning physical media as well. Yeah, it's nice even outside of the, like, the reasons I just gave, just because it feels nice to have it. It's nice to look at. Maybe I'm just materialistic. But I really like having physical stuff. It's also kind of about, like, supporting things that I like. So I like having physical media of, like, anime that I like and, games that I like. Just because, like, hey, I like this, I will give you money for this thing because I like it so much. Here we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. We're making nice progress. But, Yeah, like I said, I think that's why I don't like a lot of horror, and why I specifically don't like a lot of horror movies, is because they usually don't have anything going on. They don't have, like, anything, like, it sounds pretentious, but it's like, oh, they don't have anything to say. I mean, it's not that I, need them to be super deep, but I would just prefer if something had a good story, like, and good characters. And usually in horror, especially, like, recently, where they're just kind of pushing out dime a dozen horror movies, like, every year or so, just to make a deadline, like, the story and characters are usually just afterthoughts, like, meant to be vehicles to get you from one piece of set dressing to another, and I just personally don't like that. I prefer when it's like Silent Hill, like, especially F and 2 Remake, where it is telling a deeply thought-provoking story.
この先にある咲くこんとこの神社よく行ったな
I remember pre-ordering Kingdom Hearts 3, and when I got it, it came with an exclusive pre-order bonus steelbook case for the disc. That's so cool. I love when they do stuff like that. I wasn't, like, this is, like, ancient times. I feel bad saying this, but this is, like, ancient times, but I miss when games had, like, manuals, because Papa Kazuo has, like, a bunch of games and stuff that are, like, I think NES era and SNES era, and I think it's cool when they have manuals and stuff, and I've seen more games start doing that recently again, where they're like, oh, hey, this has a manual with it. But I kind of miss games doing that as standard. Sakuko! And then I miss, like, gaming magazines. Like, Papa Kazuo gave me a lot of his old ones, and they're just so, so cool. Genuinely, why did we stop doing that? I guess because we have, like, the internet now, but, like, the gaming magazines were just so cool. Like, I know there's still some that are around, but I don't know. Oh my god, the manuals were so cool during the PS2 GameCube era. True. I still remember my Kingdom Hearts 2 PS2 manual saying that Sora is 16 years old. I liked, oh, hi, shoot. God, that kind of scared me. I forget he shows up here. But Sakuko!
ごめんぼんやりしてた
Also, like, that was back when, like, the manuals told you basic gameplay stuff, because games didn't really have, like, tutorials or onboarding, so you just kind of had to figure things out, and, like, the manuals kind of helped with that. They were like, hey, you can do this thing if you do this. Ugh. But no, what was I talking about? I just derailed everything. My bad. Oh yeah, horror. Probably didn't need to replace the bat. I could have replaced the sickle, but oh well. It doesn't matter. We're about to get the... Yes! My goat! Sacred sword. We have so many weapons. I like to imagine Hinako running around with just, like, all of these strapped to, like, her back or her waist or whatever, and she's just, like, more armed than the average, like, soldier. God, the sacred sword is so strong. Exactly, it was mainly the kids' games that had tutorials in-game, like Tak and the Power of Juju, which I purchased on GameCube last year. Yeah, they just don't really, like... Because in the old days, it was like, oh, I don't know, you gotta figure it out. And, like, how is anyone supposed to figure some of this out?
Nani?
Like, genuinely, there is some esoteric nonsense in older games. I want to try to gather... Oh, not this. I kind of want to gather some of these, Ayakakashi... no, not Ayakakashi. Kashimashi around and try to hit all of them with the, like, AoE. It looks like an AoE. It says it's a sound wave that repels alien life forms. I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna guess that that means it's gonna kill everything for me. Okay. But, God, do the sickle and the knife just one-shot things? That is ridiculous. Ridiculous in a good way. But no, I just like when, horror is telling a story and it's not just, look at the scary liminal man or whatever, and then I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Oh! Oh, you're just... Okay, everyone get over here. I want to test something. Okay, everyone get over here. Wait. No, I wasn't focused. Give me a second. Wait, hold on. Everyone calm down. We're trying something. Oh. Okay, so it just stuns them. Nice. Yeah, I think you'd like Soma because that game also tells a story. I don't remember, like, I remember watching Soma, but I don't remember the story, so I might actually play it at some point on stream just because it's been so long since I've seen it that I genuinely do not remember anything. Well, actually, while I'm here, I'm gonna go drop this comb off. Which is good, because I actually want to write down a note and inform everybody who knows me that if I ever get amnesia for whatever reason, or if anything happens in which I experience any form of memory loss, I need them to tell me to play through Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2 again. Like, the Silent Hill series in general, but especially 2 and F, because that is something I would like. I need to make a list of games that I would like to play again in the experience that I lose my memory. Like, everyone says, like, oh, well, there's, like, a silver lining to things. That is the silver lining. Like, losing my memory would suck, but experiencing, like, Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill F again would genuinely be, like, that would be a gift. I feel like everyone has at least one thing that they'd like to experience again if they were to ever lose their memory. Like, to the point where they almost wish they could lose their memory just so they could experience it again. Yeah, I will remind you. I thank you so much. I, like, get on stream and I'm just like, guys, who am I? Hey, you should play Silent Hill 2. Like, alright. I'll do that. I'll worry about everything else later, but let me get on Silent Hill 2. Okay, there's nothing around back this way. But there is something right here. I'm just gonna use the sickle until it breaks, because I forget how nice it is to just be able to one-shot things. Is there anything here for me? Genuinely, like I said, if I'm in a horror situation, I would always rather be with Hinako. Like, you could offer to give me Leon S. Kennedy as, like, a traveling partner for a horror situation. I would still go with Hinako. Because it's not just the crazy strength, because she is pretty strong, and there is the stuff that happens in the Dark Shrine later, but it's the determination. Here, we don't need that anymore. It's the defiance in the face of, powers more absolute than you are, and the ability to subvert them. Okay, we gotta make another pit stop. The backtracking's gonna get a little silly, but that's alright. My great-grandmother had dementia, so I understand the pain of having a family or loved one with memory loss. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't had any experience with that, but it's one of the things that I'm, like, in the back of my mind, I am kind of, like, I'm, like, scared of. I don't think anyone in the clown family has a history of things like dementia or Alzheimer's. I think, actually, maybe one person on my mother's side of the family might. That way, okay. But, like, I don't think anyone else... Alright, you get over here, you bastard! Okay. She passed away when I was in high school, so she didn't suffer anymore. Yeah, that's always tough. Whoa, why are you starting off with the command grab? Okay. Next weapon we get will replace the sickle, because it's getting a little mashed. Yeah, so it's very unlikely that you'll develop Alzheimer's. Yeah, because isn't it like a genetic thing? Like, it's just like if your family has a history of it, you're just more likely to. I know there's a few things that are like that, but I just don't know if, like, specifically Alzheimer's or, like, dementia or was one of them. I think cancer might be, if I remember correctly, and I know for a fact diabetes is. I know there's, like, a few different conditions that are, like, specifically genetic, and I know for a fact diabetes is. I think cancer might have been, and maybe Alzheimer's, but I'm not. No! She doesn't want that, It tends to be more likely if there's a prominent history of it in your immediate family because of genetics. My mom has hypoglycemia. Wow, I do not know how to pronounce that, which means she's guaranteed to have a seizure if her blood sugar gets too low. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know there's, like, a few things that are like that. Okay, well... I don't think allergies are like that. Like, if someone has a peanut allergy, I mean, that just kind of happens spontaneously to my knowledge. But I don't know, because I'm not allergic to anything, but I had a friend a long time ago that had a peanut allergy.
毒があるかもしれない。右の庭から回ってこっちに来い。
わかった。
And my papa developed diabetes later in life. I think it was type 2 diabetes as well. Ah, okay. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that either. Okay. Whoa. We'll use old Trusty here. Ramune. Wait. We don't need the Kudzuti. What? I'll get rid of one of these. And then we'll get rid of, one stack of chocolate. Because I think I actually use more bandages now. I mean, I use Divine Water and Ramune a lot, but I usually end up with a lot of those. So I know I have blood sugar issues myself, but not to the point of being a condition, yet I only get very shaky if I don't eat enough during the day. Yeah, that's actually closer to being normal, because I think a lot, Die. There we go. Okay. Because I feel like I don't get shaky if I don't eat enough, but I do feel kind of bad because, I mean, obviously, like, you feel bad if you don't get nourishment, but, like, if I don't eat enough and then I do strenuous activities like exercise or, like, really manual labor or just intense work, I get kind of shaky and just generally feel terrible. So, I think getting shaky, like, after not eating enough is actually pretty... That's... Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, I don't think it's the blood sugar. It definitely is. It's just, like, that's more manageable than, like, legitimate diabetes. And some of my ADHD meds makes me not hungry during the day, as if it wears off by 4 p.m. I get ravenously hungry and tend to have problems with overeating during the evening. Ah. That's why I can't take ADHD meds. Because I mean, I could, and it might help a little bit, but honestly, my deficit, it's not unmanageable. It's a little difficult sometimes, but it's not something that I've ever felt like, I need to get this fixed right now, immediately. And even then, it's like, it's not worth it for me because I cannot deal with anything that makes me lose my appetite, like, in any way, and, like, most ADHD meds, to my knowledge, at least in some way, affect your appetite. And I just can't do that. I just won't eat, and then I will die. I will die of hungry and not eat. And that's not good. I do have to, this isn't necessarily like, this isn't necessarily a blood sugar thing, just probably a health thing in general, but I can't drink coffee on an empty stomach because then I'll get, like, really jittery and then it'll make me feel a little sick. Like, sometimes it'll make my stomach hurt a little bit, or it'll make me, like, my guts hurt, just in general, I don't know. But I think that's also because it stimulates digestion, and if there's nothing to stimulate, it just starts killing me, like scarlet rot. I need my ADHD meds, or I'm constantly very irritable and not a very pleasant person to be around when I'm not medicated. That makes sense. ADHD is something that's, like, it's such a wide, like, basket, like, or umbrella term, I mean, where it's, like, you can have very different people who are, like, who experience very different symptoms, but are both considered to have ADHD. Which... That's why in my case I think I'm fine without meds, because, like, for me it just makes it a little hard to, like, focus sometimes, or too easy to focus, where I get wrapped up in something and don't get, like, poke my head back out for a few hours. And then it makes me, like, go off on tangents in the middle of tangents until I forget what I was originally talking about. Which isn't particularly, it's just something I gotta keep in mind. It's not like something crazy. Oh, and caffeine affects you differently sometimes if you have ADHD. In my case, it's like a 50-50 whether or not coffee like energizes me or just mellows me out. That's true. You need outlets. You need outlets for emotions.
春にはメダカやオタマジャクシ捕まえたっけ。水が気持ちよかったな。
Yeah, but I found a good balance for my ADHD meds, especially since I don't have to worry about forgetting to take an afternoon pill, so I'm also getting a more consistent dosage of my ADHD meds as well. That's
こん
good.
な状況なのに懐かしい思い出ばかり思い出す。
今ではどれも懐かしいな。
I like to raw dog my ADHD. I like to raw dog everything.
いつでも泣けよ。
When
俺が
I
絶対に相談に乗ってやるからな。
when I say that, I think about that like that guy like with like the dual axes. Like he has the axes in his hands, and then he just starts screaming, and then he jumps off a cliff into ice water. How I feel raw dogging my ADHD. I wish I could raw dog my ADHD. God, that'd be awesome. I think in my case, it was the same way with, like, how I managed my anxiety. I just learned what did and didn't work for me as, like, management. And, I just went from there because I used to have really bad anxiety. And I remember I went to a doctor about it when I was a kid. When I was a little baby clown. And, he said something like, oh, she just has panic attacks, she'll grow out of them. And that was half true. It's not like I grew out of them, it's more like I grew into them. Because sometimes I still get, like, panic attacks, but only when it's, like, you know, when it makes sense. Like, something really stressful happens, or something kind of, like, uncertain is going on, or just general bad things. Like, rarely I will have, like, they're not that bad also. Like, it's the symptoms change, but my panic attacks have never been, like, debilitating, except when I first got them and I just didn't know what was happening as a kid. But nowadays, I just feel like I never took meds for anxiety, and I, like, basically what happened was I just learned how to manage them. Like, I learned what to do, what not to do. Oh, I haven't been reading these! Hold on! Hold on! Wait. Wait, they haven't been saying anything. Hold on. Wait. Oh my god, wait, these are all, hold on. These are all the records from the whole entire game. Okay, well, I don't... Huh. Okay. Yeah, I take a single anxiety capsule, so my anxiety is pretty manageable. Yeah, my autism and anxiety are extremely manageable since they're pretty much non-existent. Ah. Where am I going? Oh, here. Okay. Yeah, I just learned how to, manage them in my own mind, and that's kind of how my ADHD is. I just know, like, how to, reason with myself, so to speak. Never, okay, and then it's this one. I could have sworn that you would have, huh, so you don't get any new, these are just blank things. The scarecrows, the Ayakakashi. Also, obviously, like, what I say is not gonna work for everyone. Like, if you need to get medicated for, like, anxiety or ADHD, do that. I just didn't because it worked for me, but it is not going to work for everyone. I'm just giving my personal experience. Man, I'm like destroying the immersion because I already know which scarecrows to go to. But to be fair, I feel like everyone who's here has like watched me play through at least like a few of this game's multiple endings, so I feel like at this point, no. You stay your ass right there. Oh. But, like I said, at this point I feel like, everyone who is watching probably already knows all of this, so I don't really need to, like... And besides, my first, like, 2 or 3 playthroughs I did, make a point of going at a pretty relaxed pace. I'll start slowing down when we see new stuff, because... Yeah. Because I do wanna see the new stuff.
Oi, Hinako!
あれさっきのは
早く来いよ!
I really love that puzzle. I was like so... I was so, like, invested during this part of the game when I first played it, and I was like, oh my god, this puzzle is so good and scary. Having autism, ADHD, and anxiety all at once as a child, I would never wish that upon any child. Yeah, that's... You casually just had... That's like if you were in a roguelike and you took, like, 3 different debuffs. Well, maybe not debuffs, they're like trade-offs.
怪我はないか? Kazuo?
私は大丈夫。
うん。
誰もいないの。足の悪いおばあちゃんまでいないなんて、こんなの絶対に変。誰もいないし、気味の悪い怪物がうろつき回ってるし。
I made like a dumb joke when I was with, I was hanging out with some friends. I was with Maggie and, another one of our friends, and we were watching like a guess the game thing, and I made myself laugh by saying something completely and utterly stupid. And Maggie was just like, Archer, I wouldn't trade you for anything. Like, thanks. Thanks, man. I don't know what that was. It was I think we guessed a game and it was like something 3. It was like a game, it was like a... It was like something 3. I don't know what game it was, but it was like... This game 3. But like one of the games that came before that was like, what's it called? Danganronpa, and then Maggie said something like... He was talking about one of the characters, and then, like, when the next game showed up and it was like, whatever, 3, I just said Mukuro Ikusaba 3, and I don't know why that got me. I don't even play Danganronpa, I just know that part because, like, that one girl just says Mukuro Ikusaba, like, 50 times. Yeah, they're definitely trade-offs in a roguelike, although thankfully I lucked out for my autism and anxiety being so high-functioning. That's good, yeah. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Don't lie to me! Mukuro Ikusaba is not hilarious! I mean, I certainly thought so, but it was just nonsense. You should watch out for her. I will watch out for her. No, that's actually funny. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that.
私も一緒に行こう。手伝う。
相棒が一緒なら安心だ。
You should watch out for her. There's a 16th hill in this silence. Mukuro Ikusaba. Oh, that's actually funny. Like I said, thank you, Big Chungus. I appreciate that. I breathed in a bit of my coffee when I was laughing. Man, my ass cannot catch a break. Beware Rinko. Beware everyone at this. Mukuro Ikusaba. Beware Mukuro Ikusaba. God, I don't even play Danganronpa. I just, I mean, I played Your Turn to Die. That's basically the same thing, but like, yeah. No, it isn't. The only thing connecting them is the death game element with, like, some people. I'm all for stupid humor. I'm so glad. I'm so glad because that means I, like, some of the bullshit I say will actually, like, be funny to more people than just me and then, like, people who know me. Alright. We're in the Dark Shrine. There's no items here. I just noticed. No, I lied. I was gonna say, are there no, like, red capsules in the Dark Shrine? But I forgot that there's actually quite a bit. One thing I want to do at some point, I bring it up because it might take a while to get it, like, to get to a point where this is possible. I really, really want to, do, like, D&D streams, or just tabletops in general, because I adore tabletops. I have a particular fondness for D&D, because that's the first one I started with, but I'm all for learning other systems, rather. But I want to play some of them on stream with people, because I really love playing tabletops. I think I prefer DMing, because I just really like writing stories and stuff. But what was I gonna say? I really love playing also. Like, I have a few campaigns that are going on with me and my friends, and it's like one of my main hobbies, I think. No, not her arm. Not the Higashi. We don't need the Higashi. Honestly, D&D streams sound amazing. They are. They're so fun. It would be so fun to stream. Like, D&D in general is just so fun, but I feel like it would just feel really natural to just stream it. I've never played D&D myself, but it's something I want to get into. Yes, I recommend it. I got really lucky where my first campaign was with my friends, and it was people I knew well. I don't play D&D with all of them anymore because one thing that people tell you is that not all friends are D&D friends, and that is true because different people have different play styles and they want different things from the game. Like, some people will prefer more, like, combat-oriented campaigns, and some people will prefer more role-play focused stuff. I definitely fall into the latter category. Like, it's easy to say, oh, well, I like a balance. Well, everyone likes a balance. It's just you get a little more of one than the other, usually. I just prefer roleplay more often than not. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my fan on real quick. I forget it gets a little toasty. Okay. But, the reason I bring that up is because if you have, like, slightly unfortunate first experience with D&D, which some people might, because like it's hard to find a group, and even if you do, like they might not necessarily have what you want out of a D&D group, so it can be like you play and then you're like, huh, that wasn't as good as I thought. My advice is to find like a server or something, maybe, or just on Reddit where you can look for different people who are doing different things and just kind of window shop a little bit and see, like, try different groups out. And if you're not having fun, just like leave. Like, that sounds like, oh, if you don't have fun, well, fuck you, leave. But no, that's genuine advice to avoid, like, to just like, because it's a game. So if you're not like having fun with the group you're in, then just talk to the DM and just say, hey man, I'm not really like vibing with it. It's been cool. I appreciate you, but like I'm probably gonna dip out. And then they'll be like, all right man, got you. Best of luck, my friend. It might not go exactly like that. That was paraphrased, but if it does go exactly like that, then know that I staged that. Honestly, I never could roleplay that well, but I could learn. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, if you're not that good at roleplaying, just like, just kind of learn as you go. It's a skill. It's not like something everyone innately has. For me, it was easier because I liked playing pretend a lot, like, as a kid. I know kids, like, just in general like to play pretend, but I really liked role-playing, like, as a kid. Like, making up characters that we would all be and pretending different, parts of the environment around us were these different things, and even if we didn't have anything in the environment around us, just pretending they were there. So for me, it was a little bit more natural, but just because I had experience. But like anything, it is a skill, and that does mean, like, it'll take practice. You're not gonna be, like, perfect at it, and that is fine. Most people will be understanding of that anyways in, tabletop spaces, and, like, if they're kind of experienced, they will be. They'll usually be pretty understanding. Yeah. But like I said, there's also groups that, like, they'll be more, like, they'll be a bit more, what's the word? Crunchy, mechanical, and that can be fun, too. I literally had the VHS tape for The Lion King 2, which almost no one had. Wait, I've always been a video game geek, but also a movie and animal geek as a kid. I've always, also, yeah, that is insane, because I don't have that either. I've always been, I don't know what I could say I'm a particular geek of besides, like, maybe, you know what? I was really into Vocaloid. I say was, I still am, but, like, I got into it. I like Toho a lot, also. I stopped playing the games, though. If I'm being so honest, I stopped playing the games. I'll still keep up with them, but I think the last one I actually played for myself was Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom. But I really love Toho. Vocaloids are pretty cool. Yes! I think the way I discovered a lot of the songs was by playing Project Diva. But I also just liked talking to friends about it, like, especially if they were also kind of into it. Okay. We're on a We're on a 4th playthrough, so honestly, some of the, like, there's usually a note right here, and it's said different things on each playthrough. I have only, like I said, I've played this game and gotten the true ending before, but I only did, like, 3 runs. Like, I did the first run, which was the default ending, the second run, which I got the ending we're going to be getting this time, and then the third one, I got the true ending, so I've never experienced anything past, 3 runs in a row. But it looks like a lot of the notes are just gonna stop appearing because I guess like they didn't make a lot for anything past 3, which I guess makes sense. Alright, do we have anything to enshrine? But yeah, we've been playing our most recent campaigns are like, I've been really into them.
Sakuko?
Keep running. Alright, there should be a, yep, there it is. Okay, we'll just do this because I shouldn't be swinging it when I'm, like, in tight spaces like this. I gotta get through here kind of quick. Because otherwise it'll get back up and then I gotta kill it again. Dried carcass. Man, I need to use one of these toolkits when I get back to the fog world. We'll just, we don't need, well, we don't need this bandage that I literally just picked up. I don't know why I'm going around looking for items like I have room for them, but... Okay. I like Kagamine Lin V4, specifically singing Tell Your World. I actually discovered a piano version with him singing the song on YouTube many years ago. I think one of my favorites is Luca V4X. I also like IA and Yukari a lot. I don't see a lot of songs with them anymore. And Gumi. I love Gumi. Here we go. Whoa. Hold on. Yeah, okay. I kind of want sushi after this, but I don't think... Maybe, we'll see. I'm at least gonna get some this week, I believe. Because that just sounds really good.
Sakuko? Sakuko なの? どこ?
I also noticed that despite, like, the kind of rift in their relationship where Hinako, at least on some level, feels that Sakuko is too dependent on her, still has, like, somewhat, like, protective instincts towards her. Which God, the relationships are all just so, like, complicated. Shit. What do I... You can get rid of this Yokon. For now. I like having Yokon because it's quicker than the bandages, but it restores, like, the same amount of health. Okay. Okay. Yes. There we go. We'll go this way. We will not go this way. What I need... Okay, I'm gonna need... We'll just, drink one of these. Yeah, I love it when the characters' relationships with one another are very well thought out and complicated. That's what's so good about this game. Like, or one of the many things that's so good about this game is they did a really good job with the characters and their relationships. Like, even the parents, they could have just as easily made, where is it? They could have just as easily made, Hinako's parents just kind of like, well, look, they're just, really bad, terrible parents and nothing more. But no, they show you, like, some more, nuanced sides to the relationship. Like, in the last one, Hinako even said something like, after all, even Dad used to, there was a time where even Dad used to smile and laugh, and you do get, explanations, like, where Kanta and Kimie both give their sides of what they're experiencing in their lives, and it's just really good. Like, obviously that doesn't, like, make up for anything. It doesn't, like, erase the fact that they weren't really great parents for Sakuko or Junko. But it adds so... It adds so many layers to the relationship between the characters, and that's really good. Like, I really appreciated that they made even Kanta and Kimie, like, really, really just complicated people, because that's how people are. I like it when media challenges me. Like, even with Rinko, like, it's not as simple as, oh, she just hates Hinako and is jealous of her. There's more there. There is so much more there. Like, I don't remember which version of the Scarecrow puzzle it was. I don't know if it's supposed to be this one or if it was the next. Like, if I play through the game, like, next time, a 5th time, it'll be different, but, there's one where it's just Rinko, like, straight up saying, like, she loves Hinako, and, like, it's just so messy. All the relationships are so, like, they're just so, there's so much going on. Ow. Okay, go this way. Like, again, Hinako, at least on some level, from what we see in the, the Dark Shrine and some of the other things, she feels like, Sakuko is a little, like, too dependent on her, and she feels, again, at least on some level. It may not be, like, a surface level thought, but it's at least something, like, subconsciously she feels. Like, Sakuko is just really dependent on her and, puts a lot of, emphasis on their relationship, which is probably a bit of pressure for Hinako. But, like, despite that, she still feels like, a bit more, like, she feels kind of protective of all of her friends, as we can see throughout the game, but, like, I think, like, through this section and through, like, the beginning of the game where you're trying to get back to Sakuko, you can really tell that she feels particularly protective towards Sakuko, and that makes sense from, like, what you're able to learn about their relationship. But, another interesting thing is that, like, what is it? Yeah, people are complicated, and even Metal Gear has complex characters, especially in Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 just had... It was so good. Like, Konami was just on a roll. But, another thing is, like, if you pay attention, everyone calls themselves, like, Hinako's best friend, or considers Hinako their best friend. But Shu, the one person Hinako considers her best friend, doesn't really see her as a best friend. He has, very, very muddy feelings towards her that are, like, a combination of him, like, seeing her as his best friend and knowing that he shouldn't try to push it further than that, but also, at the same time, seeing her, like, he has feelings for her, so... That, it's so... Oh, it's so good! It is so good. But yeah, MGS3 also had really good... Like, I don't have as much experience with Metal Gear as a series like I do with Silent Hill, but I do still, have an appreciation for it. Like, I know 2 is kind of like one, like, it was the dark horse, but people have been more recently, like, they've kind of changed, the perception on it has kind of changed. I liked it from what I saw. Like, I can understand why people didn't like it, but I like the story it was trying to tell with Sakuko.
Sakuko?
Alright, let's make some distance, because she gets a little... staggered her out of it. Ah!
どうして戦わなくちゃいけないの？ここはね、ひな子が来る場所じゃない。
The directional sound is so good. No. Okay, you're kind of in a corner right there, Sakuko. I need you to get out of there. I need you to come over here for me, please. Thank you. Oh! Okay. I could have countered that, but I wanted to make sure I have distance, because a lot of times when I mess up in this fight, it's because I don't keep my distance, and then she fucks me up with the combo. That one. Yep. Okay. Okay. And then... Okay. I'm gonna take a sip of that. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay. Okay, right there. I think this should be the last hit, too. Okay, I think that was... Wait, that was hitless. I didn't get hit a single time. Let's go! Yeah, Shu I really like because he knows he has feelings for her, but as a man, he doesn't want to ruin his friendship with Hinako, which I relate to a lot. There's also, like, another element to their friendship where they, like... They weren't really looking at each other as boy and girl. They were just, like, friends. So, like, for, Shu to, like, even acknowledge that he has feelings for Hinako, he would have to, like, admit both to himself and to her that he started seeing her as a girl, which he kind of, like, that was kind of an unspoken thing that they didn't want to do. I mean, and it's weird because it's not that Hinako doesn't want to be a girl or even be seen as a girl. She even says she likes when it makes her happy that Shu does see her as a girl. It's just in her, like, the important thing to her is that he doesn't treat her any differently just because she's a girl. That's her whole thing, but, like, it's just such an uneven, like, perspective that they have. But, like, even outside of that, like, it's clear she doesn't really have feelings for him either way, but, like, which makes sense, but, like, that's, like, the least of their problems because there's just so much, like, miscommunication happening. And I also feel bad, like, another thing is a lot of people tend to really, go after Rinko in particular because she's a bit more outwardly hostile with her grievances with Hinako, but it's clear everyone has at least something that, like, they kind of hold against each other. Reasonably so. Like, there are things that they, like, if this were, like, a normal situation in the modern day, you would just have to talk it out with them, but obviously, like, there's some hang-ups here. But in Rinko's case, I think it makes sense that she's a bit frustrated because it's like, even though Hinako has reassured her multiple times, like, hey, me and Shu aren't a thing, they still have this weird limbo, gray area, will they, won't they thing going on where Shu has feelings for Hinako, but Hinako's not outwardly, doing much to dissuade him from it. Like, she hasn't pulled him aside and said, hey, I absolutely do not have feelings for you. So, in that way, she's kind of keeping their relationship in limbo, but she's also stopping, like, any of Shu's other potential relationships from moving forward, too, which is probably, like, really frustrating for, like, and maddening for Rinko. Like, and again, Rinko, like, as a person is very complicated, too, because on one hand, like, she says stuff like, you know, she's like, oh, I'm jealous of Hinako, I hate her, but we also see the opposite so many times, where she clearly really cares a lot about Hinako. But it's, again, I imagine it just, like, the frustration over the years just really built up to the point where it caused a pretty bad rift in their relationship, which, you know, you could say that about all of Hinako's relationships, honestly, with, like, everyone, with Shu, Rinko, and Sakuko, where there were just so many unaddressed problems that just built up to the point where they just kind of fell apart. Yeah, gender discrimination was a very big problem in Japan in the 60s, which makes that about Shu even more endearing to a lot of girls. Yeah. Because that's why they, that's one of the bigger things they're trying to point out in this game is, like, there was really bad, like, gender discrimination and misogyny in 1960s Japan. Which, which is, like, again, Rinko is kind of suffering from the same thing Hinako is. She just kind of in her case, she just chose to do what Junko did and just kind of adhere to it because it's the path of least resistance. Which is why she gets really territorial with Shu, because it's like, it's a boy that she likes, that's actually, that she's friends with, that she knows, that treats her and her friends relatively well. So of course she'd be kind of desperate to get with him, because as we see with Hinako, there's just situations where you could be forced to marry somebody. So in Rinko's case, yeah, it makes a lot of sense why she's like that, because she would obviously want to marry a guy that she actually likes, who she already knows, who her friends already know, as opposed to somebody who she doesn't know at all and does, worst of all, probably doesn't like at all. Because that's just kind of the expectations that they had back then. Like, this game did something that I'm not sure any other game did, where I just feel really bad for every character involved. I really sympathize with all of them. Again, including Hinako's parents, and they're not good parents. Like, I've said this already, but it doesn't excuse the things, especially that Kanta has done. It doesn't excuse Kimie just starting to take a passive stance towards her husband's behavior. But it does at least explain it and give it context, and that is genuinely, that accomplishes so much. I don't think there's anything here. Yeah. But like I said, her relationships, not even just her relationships, everyone's relationships with each other are just super complicated. Oh, we got the UE5 stuttering again. Like, I really like the friend group's dynamics with each other. I understand why we didn't, but I kind of wish we got to know more about their, like, their dynamics outside of Hinako, like how Sakuko, Shu, and Rinko interacted with each other. We got a little bit of Rinko and Shu, but... yeah.
相棒を女扱いしてない。
Honestly, I don't feel bad for Hinako's father strictly because he's abusive to his wife and daughters. Based. Incredibly based. And I do understand he wasn't always like that, but for me, as soon as you start hurting your family, either emotionally or physically, you're a deadbeat to me, and specifically doing it deliberately. Yeah, I fully agree. Like I said, I don't feel bad for him, but I understand him, which is very important. Like, again, it's inexcusable, like, what he does. Like, he abuses his wife, he abuses his daughters. That, it doesn't matter what, context you give that, that's just, like, inexcusable. But, like, the fact that they did explain it, and it made sense. Like, that does a lot for me. Like, he makes sense to me as a character and as a person, especially. So, that's what I really like about it.
相棒、妙な化け物が増えてる気がしないか？
お前の宇宙戦争だって妙な宇宙人がどんどん増えてっただろうが。
ひなこってシュウ君と話すときは男の子みたいな喋り方だよね。
昔の癖が今も抜けないからかな。
俺たちは幼い頃からの付き合いだからな。
だから男女の関係にはならなかったって
But yeah,
わけ。
Kanta is
今はそんな話をしてる。
definitely a piece of shit, because, again, he's abusive. There is no, making up for that, but I just really appreciate that they went out of their way to make him, like, a realistic person and not just, oh, he's abusive because he likes being abusive, which, I mean, I'm sure some people are like that, but most of the time cases of abuse like that are, like, they have reasons for it in their head that could make sense with some sort of twisted logic. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you that explaining it does a lot for me. Exactly, because it makes it more, like, real to me. We do not need the bat. There we go. Like I said, I kind of wish we got more relationships outside of what, like, I know it's like Silent Hill, so we're getting a very, subjective perspective on things, which is, we're just experiencing things through Hinako's perspective, which is something this series does really well, is, showing you how things are from one person's perspective. But it would have been really cool to see, like, other people's relationships and dynamics with each other. And we also get to see, like, Kimie's perspective where she's like, I guess I can discuss this. We haven't technically gotten to this in my playthrough, but we will be, I think, next week. Because I think it's the cutscenes you get for the true ending, but we get Kimie talking about how her experience with Kanta is different and how she kind of has, like, a bit more agency in the situation than you would think, which it just does so much to flesh out her character. It's not like she's just passive because she doesn't care. It's, in her eyes, she actually is doing things her way, sort of.
Nani are?
やだ、気持ち悪い。
あいつらまさかあの気持ち悪いので街を飲み込む気なのか。
化け物が多すぎる。
迂回しよう。街を突っ切るのは危険すぎる。
私たちの千鶴や、どうしてこんな。
中学校の方へ向かってそこから山道を登ろう。
The monster designs are also all really good. Like, just everything Silent Hill is good at doing. Like the monster designs, the characters. This game nailed all of it. Like they did it. I sing this game's praises so much. Like. Because to me, it really is good. I can understand the problems people have with it. Like, I think I've discussed before how I feel about the, like, only being able to get one ending on your first playthrough, and I understand why people are disappointed with it. But it's also, like I've said probably hundreds of times at this point, it's supposed to not be satisfying. It's supposed to make you want to go and get other endings, and if you do what the game encourages you, because it kind of pushes you towards New Game Plus pretty insistently. If you try New Game Plus and just sit through the first cutscene in the first, like, few minutes of the game, you'd be able to see that it is different. It's trying to do something where it's, not necessarily a time loop per se, but there is some kind of looping thing going on. And, like, again, with the game length being 8 hours per, ending, well, 8 hours on average. If you get the UFO ending, it's closer to, like, maybe an hour to 2 hours, so, yeah. But, is this? It's like, are you really that disappointed? Like, it doesn't, like, most games are about 20 hours on average is a, like, generous estimate, but, so it's not like it demands, like, because, what, you need at least 3 endings to get to the true ending? That doesn't really take that long. That takes about 27-ish hours, like, on a first playthrough. Like, if you're going slow and trying to take in everything and learn things as you go, then yeah, about, like, close to 30 hours, I want to say, which, that's about average game length. Maybe a little longer. It's longer than Silent Hill 2. Or Silent Hill 2 Remake, I mean. Okay. No. Okay. Do you recommend this game so far? I really do. I highly recommend this game. If you... I mean... It's not gonna be for everyone, but if you're the kind of person that likes Silent Hill as, like, a whole, or you just like psychological horror in general, I highly recommend at least giving this game a shot. Again, it's not gonna be for everyone, but no Silent Hill is for everyone. Every Silent Hill is at least a little bit niche, and that's how it's been from the beginning. Like, the series as a whole is just genuinely not for everyone. And that makes sense, because not everybody's gonna be okay with, like, not everyone is gonna be okay with, how the games tell the stories they're trying to tell. Like, it can be a little too esoteric for some people, but... Now the only situation I don't think someone is a deadbeat for abuse is when he told this group of people he's out drinking with that he gets real aggressive physically when drunk, and that group completely ignores what he says and peer pressures him to drink till he gets drunk. And in that situation, I just want to help that person get away from that group of people. That's a very specific situation, but yeah, I kind of agree. Like, you should be around people who don't want to see the worst of you. Honestly, I'd recommend this game. Yes, Big Chungus. I also recommend the game. We both recommend the game. No. We are both based and like this game. But like I said, it's not gonna be for everyone. Yes! Thank you for breaking that down with your bare hands for me, Rinko. You're such a real one. Ha. Okay. And then I think this guy shows up. Yep. Wait. Oh no! Yeah, I forgot it doesn't do that. That did, like, no damage. Okay. We'll switch to this bad boy. Wait, I got a new pipe. I can do that. Man, she's just, like, on a different level now. Like... The command grab did, like, no damage. She has so much health. Okay. We'll get rid of this. Would you ever play the Left 4 Dead adaptation of Silent Hill 1, and can I play it with you, lol? Honestly, yes, I would. And yes, you could. You know what? Everyone come play Left 4 Dead Silent Hill with me. I actually kind of like stuff like that. Like, I might have mentioned this on stream before, but there's, like, this one Roblox map that is literally just the Silent Hill 2 map. Like, it's just a Roblox game. It's just the Silent Hill 2 map, and I love just going in there and exploring. It is incredibly buggy. It's so janky. It really doesn't work in Roblox, but it's just really funny to go there, and especially, like, when you start seeing people with, who have crazy amounts of hours in it, or people who are, like, different characters and stuff, just being in Silent Hill, it's really funny. Oh. Also, I just really like Left 4 Dead. I mean, I like it in the sense that I really like just modding the hell out of it and just making it unrecognizable, but I feel like that's part of the charm. That's a big part of the charm. That's one of the major selling points of the game. Like, Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 are kind of known for their modding community. Which, if I remember correctly, is why Back 4 Blood didn't do as well, because it was supposed to be, like, a spiritual clone or spiritual successor of Left 4 Dead, and they were like, actually, don't mod the game, don't go into the files, like, what do you mean? That's Left 4 Dead. That is what Left 4 Dead is. Jesus, go down! Yeah, I hit the door. Oh my god! Why are you so tanky? Man, those things can eat hits. We'll switch to this. Yeah.
ひなこをほっといて。もう手遅れなの。どうしようもない。
あ、
このまま何の役にも立つ。
We're gonna jump the fence, Hinako. No, don't do that. That's dangerous. And I love the way this town is designed. No, 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 no. We don't need it. We don't want it. Okay, we'll go this way first because I want to fight the stuff that's over here. I don't remember if there's anything useful over here. I think there might be a toolkit, which is nice. Yep, there's this thing. Luckily, you can kind of aggro these without necessarily worrying about them interrupting you when you're fighting something else, because they just do that. They just, like, stumble around and then fall down. So let me get this. Alright. Ow! Stop! Just die already! There we go. Okay. Okay. Now we'll do this. Wait, do I have antique comb? Well, not my second antique comb, anything but that. What the hell? I think there's a toolkit around here, but I honestly, if I find one, I'll just use one of the ones I have on this pipe. And then, what was I gonna say? Well, never mind, because I can just drop these off now. I need to find the last two Ama, and then I can start using, the faith to roll on the gacha. I love gacha. I probably wouldn't have gotten into gambling as like a practice if they hadn't invented gacha games.
嘘ついてるよね。
知らねえよ。
騙せてると思う？ひなこを。
ひなこ、遅かったな。心配したぜ。
心配してなかったよ。相棒なら絶対に大丈夫って言ってた。
そうか。
I like this has
ありがとう。
barely anything to do with anything else I mentioned besides, like, a minute ago I mentioned the Roblox Silent Hill 2 map. I don't care for Roblox that much, like, cause I like to play slot games with my friends sometimes, but, like, I'll get into some of the, like, MMO style ones they have, and then I'll just be like, man, why am I playing this and not an actual MMO? This is Roblox. And I know there's nothing over here, but I want to check anyway. Oh! Now there is. Honestly, I do play Roblox with my friends sometimes, but it's one of the few games I have where they could just delete it out of nowhere, and I really wouldn't be upset at all. I'm gonna be so real. I don't know how to say this. I really would not care at all if they just... No more Roblox ever. Like, yeah, part of me, because I'm a very pro-preservation person, I do believe that media should be preserved, but, like, I'm gonna be so honest, I don't know that culturally we will have lost anything if Roblox gets deleted. It would be sad, and I know I'm being a hypocrite when I just said I'm pro-preservation, but... Man, She started locking onto the other one. We lose Cartwright into pregnant hyenas. You're so right, and we would lose Cross the Street as Des Holiday. One time Maggie asked me to play Femboy Tycoon Simulator, or two-player Femboy Tycoon, and then I told him, Maggie, I would follow you, like, you are my friend, and I would follow you anywhere, even into, like, death or whatever, because that's just how I am with my friends. I would follow you anywhere but Femboy Tycoon Simulator, and then he was like, oh, okay, you can just say you fucking hate me, and it's like, man, like, I'm so sorry, I know I failed you. Find someone else to play two-player Femboy Tycoon Simulator, please. I don't know if he actually ended up playing it. We did play a lot of Steal the Anime together, though. That's a few hours of my life I'm never getting back. I had fun. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have fun, but I'm gonna be so honest. The main draw of playing Steal an Anime with my friends was that I was just playing bullshit with my friends, and it really didn't matter what exactly we were playing. Which is evident because I think I mentioned this on the, like, when I did the collab with Astra, but we played My Singing Brain Rot or whatever. I hated that. It was pretty, it's pretty funny, though. My Singing Brain Rot. There were some other ones we played, man.
台風で崩落してそのままになってる。
What else did we play? We played a bunch of nonsense, honestly. It's just one of us would find something that looked funny or dumb, and then we would all hop on it. That's part of the experience, I think. I did invite Magi and one of my friends, one of my other friends to play Path of Exile 2 with me, so we might be doing that. I'm so excited.
君はこの道を通って学校へ通っていたのだね。私もできることなら同じ学校に登校したかったよ。
Oh. I just gave myself a heart attack. I almost knocked my coffee off the desk. I didn't, but oh, that was close. I clenched a bit. That's ooh, all right. Scariest thing that happened during this stream.
やめないよ。シュウ君がしっかりと現実を見るまでやめない。
That would have been my Silent Hill.
だからやめてくれ。俺は
なら言ってあげる。ひな子はね、死んだんだよ。ひな子は向こうの世界で楽しくやっているんだから。
I don't know what was going on with me during the last Silent Hill F stream. I think it's because I had to start over because I accidentally messed up the UFO ending and then we had to start all the way over. Because we got to here during the first stream, and then the second one we started in the school, and then I was like, wait, no, this isn't right. I probably should have gotten the stuff I needed for the UFO ending by now. And so I went to check, and yep. So we started off in the school, and then I just started over.
昔はシュウとこの辺で道草食ってた。
But for some reason during the when I started the new game, I just out of nowhere started quoting like William Blake, like specifically The Fly. I don't know why. I was just
昔はなかったのに。
something about it was speaking to me in that moment.
学校にあるはずだ。
Like it was to a specific
ちょっと休憩しようよ。
it was to a specific stanzas, my two favorite stanzas. One of them being am I not a fly like thee, or art thou not a man like me? And then the last stanza of the poem was like, then so am I a happy fly, if I live or if I die. And I really I don't know what was in my head at that moment, but I just kept quoting it as I was playing through the game. I guess it kind of thematically fits.
休んでてくれ。俺は鍵を探してくる。
わかった。
え、シュウ君が一緒じゃないと嫌だよ。心細いよ。お願い、一緒にいて。ね。
別に俺が一緒じゃなくて
相
も。
棒も少し休め。鍵は私が探す。
そうだよ。シュウ君はずっと戦闘で頑張ってたんだから。
That's another thing, like, I noticed Hinako's kind of on and off with her, like, thing where she's trying to assure Rinko that her and Shu aren't a thing. She'll do stuff like this where she's very conscious of, like, when Rinko wants time alone with Shu, and she'll go out of her way to, like, she'll go out of her way to facilitate that and be like, hey, look, I'll be the one to leave. You guys just chill out here together. But then, sometimes she'll do stuff like what she does end up doing, where it's like, they still have the thing where Space Wars is just something that's just between them, and she even says, I think verbatim, like, it became a world that only the two of us knew. Like, they still have stuff like that where it's, obviously Rinko is, that's a little worrying to her, because it's like, okay, they have this thing that's, kind of a bit more special between the two of them that, like, I can't get in on ever. So even though Hinako is doing stuff like this to assuage, she also doesn't stop the behaviors that, Rinko kind of sees as threatening. Hold on, I can go offer the Higashi and then the carcass.
風 学校創立よ
Hinako is talking. Listen and
ダム
learn.
建設で一山当てた成金がわざわざここに学校を建てたって聞いたことがある。
Okay. And then this. Alright. We have a lot of faith. Now I just need 2 more AMA. I just need 2 more because wait, hold on. Let me look. I need the I need the or maybe just 1? No, you can it looks like you can get a maximum of 5 slots. So yeah, I need 2 more AMA. 1 for the 4th slot, and then 1 for the 5th slot, and then I will have upgraded everything. And then I can start pulling on the gacha. I love gacha. Okay. Alright. However, that's where we're gonna call it for today, because this is the stopping point I usually like for the first Silent Hill F stream, and then stopping at Shu's house, worked really well for the second stream the last time we did that, so that ended up with them all being a pretty even length, but let me make sure. Yes. Okay. But like I said, that's gonna do it for now, because, that's my typical stopping point. Let's move over here. There we go. I love that the last message was cart ride into pregnant hyenas. That's so good. That's cool. But yeah, that'll do it for today's stream. I think, hold on, let me go check something. I think maybe Twitch, oh, hold on. Okay, okay, that's what it was. Astra is streaming right now. I can't say we like raid, because there honestly are not that many people in at least Twitch chat right now, so not really anything to raid with, but definitely go watch her if you're up for it. Like Dark Souls into, or not Dark Souls, Silent Hill into Dark Souls 3 is a little bit crazy, honestly, but you know, but yeah, for now, that'll do it. I might pop in anyways, like, I know I said no raid, but I might just pop in to, at least just to tell her hi, so, but at least with my stream, that'll do it. So, tomorrow we're doing more Silent Hill F at, same time, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and, thank you for coming to the stream, and for talking, because we actually talked for most of the stream today, like during the game, so thank you for that, and I will see everyone tomorrow for more Silent Hill F. Goodbye, Pieros. And like I said, I'm gonna pop into Astra's chat to say hi. There's like maybe 2 or 1.5 people in Twitch right now, but so semi-raid, but whatever. Anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, Pieros. Bye-bye.